Hello everyone, this is Melanie from Melanie B's Creative Studio and Melanie B's Creative Supplies. And today I'm bringing you a brand new company to me. Just recently, when I was perusing YouTube, I saw one of their videos and I just thought the kit was so well put together and I wanted to bring it to you. So I went on their website, I started shopping. I loved the sizes of what they offer, but most importantly, I was drawn to the fact that they package everything themselves. They pour their own paints, they put together their own packaging, and that just kind of spoke to me because I do that myself. And so everything they do is done in-house. They're based out of Portland, Oregon, and I want to jump into these kits because I'm so excited to introduce them to you guys today. You can see right off the bat that they're smaller, which is what I love. So I'm drawn to smaller kits nowadays because of my limited amount of time to actually paint. Elle Crée actually has 8x10 kits, 6x6 kits, and they also had card kits, which, oh my gosh, I would have bought everything, like one of everything if I could have, or several of each type of thing if I could have. But they also had banner kits and wall hangings. So I just have an 8x10 and a 6x6 kit to show you today. Their 6x6 kits are designed for kids, but they do have some designs that I thought were very adult appropriate if you just wanted to do something quick or simple, or you like that what I call stylistic type of design, and that is what I'm all about now. I do want to swatch the paints in this particular kit as well, but first we're going to focus on the larger kit. So let me move this out of the way and let's jump right in to the 8x10. One thing while I'm opening this I want to show you is that they actually put the date of their packaging. So when they fill an order and they pack the kit, they'll put that date on the back so that you know when these paints were poured. And that kind of gives you an indication, if you put this up on a shelf and you pull it out later, how much time you have to work on this kit, before you might have dried up paints, which, I think is just a really smart idea. I'm all about those little details. So you can see they just have really simplified their packaging to be not very wasteful, which I thought was very conscientious. Oh, you can tell these are larger paint pots than the 3 milliliter that we normally see. I do want to point out that they're also giving us Princeton brushes. Now, I may have to talk to Rachel and ask her if she wants to start including Melanie B brushes in her kits. Just kidding. I mean, not just kidding, but these look like really nice brushes. So we'll take a look at all of these things individually in just a minute. Okay, so some of you may recognize this artist, Mary Engelbreit. And I may just be dating myself because everything in my house used to be Mary Engelbreit, like canisters, artwork. I had a huge collection. In fact, I still have a cookie jar and canisters on the top of my cabinets that are Mary Engelbreit because they're so far up there, I haven't gotten them down. And it was bizarre. When I saw this artwork, I was like, gotta have it for nostalgic purposes. My 23-year-old daughter came over the other day and she was like, Mom, I want some of those old canisters and decor that used to have the checkerboard stuff on them. And I don't know if you still have that stuff. And I was like, oh my God, it's so weird that you said that. So anyway, apparently Mary Engelbreit artwork is back. So I had to have this one. It's called Engelblooms. And there are a couple other Mary Engelbreit designs on the Elle Crée website. And I was super stoked about that because I loved it. So of course it's bright colors. I had to have this design. So let me go ahead. I wanted you to see what it's going to look like when it's completed. before I took it out of the package. And this is what the canvas looks like. So you don't have to paint this black background. You're only going to be painting the interior part with the flowers and the vase. So it's a very simple project. According to Rachel, this project should take you about 8 hours. So for those of us who are very limited on time but still need our Zen therapy, this is the perfect project. These will fit in an 8x10 frame when you're done, which is ideal because then you can just frame it very easily and it's going to be perfect. So before I show you the swatch of these particular paints and we look at the paints and the consistency, I'll show you really quickly. They have given us all of the information about how to complete your project. So they're very thorough with the instructions, or you can watch my videos or Rachel's videos. And I will link you to her videos as well because they're very informative. I'm also going to link you to their website. They have so much to offer. I'm going to put this aside. We're going to check out the paint opacity, these colors on the swatch, and I want to show you the consistency of this paint. And these were beautiful colors. I love this color palette. Now, the only thing I had a problem with was the yellow because it's a very bright yellow here. This number 9 was a little bit translucent, but I wanted to show you the consistency of the paint because it was so yummy delicious. Now, you guys know, disclaimer here somewhere, just means it's visually delicious. So I'm going to grab a water cup and a paper towel so that I can show you the consistency of these particular paints. And then we're going to take a look at that 6x6 kit. All right, so I'm going to use the Princeton round brush they've included in the size 5/0. I'm kind of trying to show you over the background here where it's a little bit lighter than my backdrop. And they've also included a 2 round. So those are the brushes that you're getting with this kit. So they've really given us an upscale paint by number kit here. I'm going to go ahead and get my paintbrush wet and wipe it off on a paper towel so I don't have too much water going into my paint. I'm going to use the number 8 because it's such a gorgeous blue color. So you can see the consistency here. I'm going to go ahead. Let me show you. Look how pretty and creamy this paint is. I'm going to wipe a little bit of the excess paint off on the side of my paint pot here. I dipped it in there to show you the consistency, but I really don't need that much paint. It moves so easily across this beautiful canvas texture. And this is not a canvas paper. This is an actual canvas. Oh, I love it. I love it so much. Now, when you're done, you always want to snap closed your paint pots. Make sure they don't dry out. You want to rinse your paintbrush, making sure you have no paint left on it at all. And then I always pull it across my paper towel to reshape my bristles back to brand new. And then lay it flat to dry. Now, while this dries, let's take a look at that 6x6 kit. This kit claims that it can take about 2 hours to complete. And I'm always wary to think, well, this is a kit for kids. Some of the designs are so cute and they're not just kid designs. So I feel like they had options for all ages. But let me go ahead and open this up. The packaging is basically the same as the other one. Before I jump in and swatch these paints, I do want to point out that this is on a card, like a very thick matte board card, which is very nice. I mean, this is not card stock. It's more of a matte board. So I like that. It's got a smooth texture. I'm going to use the size 2 Princeton round brush to swatch the paints. I usually use a flat brush, but since they've given us such really nice brushes, let's use them today. If you open a paint pot and it's doing this right here, it's because in transit, it was moved around so much. So I kind of just tuck it back into the paint pot. Oh, their paint is just so dreamy. The consistency, the opacity is really good. Oh my gosh. Did you guys happen to notice how much paint was in these paint pots for this tiny project? They have loaded us up with paint. I'm loving the paint, the consistency, the quality. Yeah, okay, so I'm not really used to swatching paints with a round brush anymore. I haven't used a round brush in so long. It's like I'm uncoordinated with it, and my little paint pots are a little messy, okay? Okay, don't judge me, but y'all, that paint, oh. Yes, I said y'all. Let's just take a look at that swatch really closely for a second. It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. Look at it. Talk about yummy, delicious colors. Even that black is so rich and creamy. Imagine all the uses for that black. And yes, I make my own paints and sell my own paints. But you guys, that black paint is just fabulous. All these paints are fabulous. I mean, they're just gorgeous. Okay, moving along. Well, I have to say, you guys, I am super impressed with these kits. There is nothing about these kits that I don't just really love and feel passionate about. Rachel has been super generous and has given us a promo code for your first purchase at Elle Crée. It is 18%. I'm going to put that code up here on the screen. It is Melanie B. The other great thing is they have a recycling program. So not only all of the materials here in this kit are recyclable because they're made of cardboard, but if you return these paint pots to them by using the link that I'm going to provide in the description below, they will give you a 30% coupon on your next purchase. So you guys take advantage of that. They want to make sure they're recycling these paint pots. And what better incentive is there than to give a 30% off coupon for your future purchases? Thank you guys for joining me today. Let me know if you'd like for me to come back and paint this Ingle Blooms kit with you. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Like this video if you enjoyed watching with me today, and I will see you back soon.